She was always good.
No, I wasn't always good. I just think we've been extremely lucky. We haven't killed each other yet. Well, my belief is you've got to give and take a lot.
Well, the most important thing is not to carry a grudge. Every day you've got to start fresh.
I think you've got to learn to really share and to accept the views of the other person, not just to be always thinking of what you think is right.
Your wife's got to be a good cook too.
Yes, dear. Yeah. A lot depends on how serious an argument it is. Probably now when we're older, you just forget about it.
We're lucky we don't have much conflict. I mostly agree with her. But
yes, dear.
We've been lucky.
We were married at St Patrick's at Parramatta, 22nd of April 1954. Almost 69 years. He's 95 and I'm 92, and we're still going strong. We have 8 children, wonderful children, 4 girls and 4 boys, and we have 28 grandchildren and 10 great-grandchildren. The daughters, I always think the sun, moon and stars shine out of their father. I think they all listen to Dad. Dad's very important to them.
I lived on a sheep property that was about 40,000 acres of land. We had a very happy childhood. We lived out 10 miles from any other property, and I did the wool class. I can share I think my best was 60 sheep a day.
Well, I was the youngest of 5 children. I'd say I was fairly spoiled. I had a lovely life. I can remember the submarines coming into Sydney Harbour, air raid sirens going off. I think the war was sad to see your brothers going off in the army, and when they came home on leave, it was just the most wonderful thing to get those 2 boys home again.
Starting in 39, I went away to boarding school and was away for 6 years. My most vivid memory was the first job we had to do at the school was dig air raid trenches, zigzag trenches. Well, she's had 8 babies, so she dealt pretty well with suffering.
Well, when your children are sick, I think it's a thing you always think, I wish it was me and not the child. I get very upset when my beloved gets sick. You just have to put up with it, you cope.
We're both fairly strong Catholics. You get a lot of support in your belief in Christianity and a belief in God, that you don't feel it on your own. I'm not saying it to cheer you up, but I really mean that.
Prayer is a wonderful thing. I think we just say the rosary normally every morning. It's just part of our lives.
I find the rosary a very, very good way to put yourself to sleep.
I usually wake him up by putting an elbow. Wake up.
Her only quirky behaviour is she never forgets anything, and if I forget something, she's always quite irate at me for forgetting it.
He's very untidy, but you get used to that over the 60-odd years. I'd say I've gotten very used to it.
Most things. I was renowned when I was young as always being good-natured and a happy child. I think ability not to worry about anything for long helps you be happy all the time. You'll go.
Lots of things that can make you happy.
I can hint what makes her happy, having a tidy house and nothing spilled on the floor.
You don't want to worry about too many things. What makes me happy is to wake up in the morning and see he is moving. I think that's a lovely thing. Makes me very happy, because I know he's around for another day, I hope.
Keep quiet.
What?
Keep quiet, I said. No, I think probably the most important lesson I've learned is that nothing's ever as bad as you think it's going to be. It's always bearable, no matter what happens.
Not to be always thinking of yourself. Start thinking of others instead of yourself. Most people spend a heck of a lot of time thinking about themselves.
There's nothing worse in your life of having kids where they carry a grudge against each other, or they not get upset about little things that don't really matter in the long run.
I love taking his hand and holding it. And I love it when he comes and puts his arms around my shoulders. And that's a lovely feeling.
I'm supposed to push my back into her night when I'm cold and get some warmth. To get some warmth from her.
Trying to take the whole bed instead of giving me half. No, we're very lucky. I think we still get on very well together. And that's really fairly unique, they tell me, for old people. I'm very grateful that my memory is very good. I can help Adrian, with things that he's forgotten. If the body was good as well as the memory, oh look, they'd have a lot of trouble with me.
Gives me a lot of strength to overcome problems.
If you've got doubts about something and you want someone to talk to and there's no one around, you can always talk to God because He is there. And I quite often, say I'm hunting for something. I'll say, God, please help me find that. In fact, in my lifetime, I'd say I've spent half my time talking to God, asking Him to do this or do that. He must get fed up with me. I think He's helped us a heck of a lot through our lives.
I didn't marry Diana Dawes, probably.
What?
I didn't marry Diana Dawes.
Sorry. There's quite a lot of things, but I can't.
She'll tell you something that makes me annoyed.
He's given me a lot of joy in my life. I don't know that there's any secret to long living. I mean, I've outlived every other member of our family. They always say that only the good die young. I must have been a terrible woman.
I think the most important thing is to be able not to worry, not let worry get too much to you, to be able to put it aside. Or
accept people for what they are. Don't try and change them to suit you. They've got to live their lives. Oh yes, but you're different, you're part of me.
You're not talking about me.
No, I'm not talking about you.
On the ability to see good in people.
What right have you got to judge anybody?
Important thing in life is that don't carry a grudge and take every day that happens and look for the best. Cary Grant.
Oh yes, he was lovely. I wouldn't mind that at all.
No, you got that.
Who was the girl at breakfast at Tiffany's? She was lovely.
I'd
What
go
a
for that.
couple! Wouldn't that be exciting? That wasn't hard.
Like a glass of wine.
He doesn't drink. Adrian doesn't drink either now. He's lost the taste for alcohol. I have a glass of wine at night, but instead of one, I have to have two now.
You have to have one for me.
I've got to have one for him. I love it.